Hey guys, how's it going? Now we're going to be talking about this video is the one trick that's going to allow you to work infinitely. It's going to allow you to non-stop keep going and going and going. And not even just that, but to build energy as you keep working. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
I see time and time again where people are trying to grind it out, or they're trying to work and they're trying to push it. They're trying to push their work. And they're doing this through all the stress, the bogging down, the beating themselves up. They're literally nonstop just trying to push themselves with fear, with anger, with stress. And in all actuality, this system of trying to push yourself to work is just gonna burn you the fuck out. It's not a way, and it's not a sustainable way of working. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to actually pull this off, to make yourself able to work. Now, most of you guys, when you guys go work, or let's say you guys are watching this because you guys saw me from my other channel, my dating channel. You guys are out to go and approach women. Do you guys view approaching women as a chore, as work, as something you have to do? Or do you view it as something you get to do, or something that's fun to do, that's a lot of excitement for you as a person? This is the difference between somebody who can work a lot of hours and somebody who can't. They are able to trick themselves into allowing themselves to work a lot of hours. And not even just that, they're also willing and they have the ability to quiet down all the negative emotions. Now, there's been a lot of talk in my community about negative emotions as of late, how they're really bad for you, and a lot of people aren't honestly getting the message, so I'm hoping to break it down for you guys here. Why are things such as negativity, stress, jealousy, all bad for your energy? How does this fucking kill you? Now, what happens is oftentimes is that when you stress, you go back and forth in your head. You're like, oh no, oh fuck, I'm a terrible person, blah, and you're beating yourself up constantly. This naturally burns willpower. Now, when you're burning willpower, you get less and less energy. Have you guys ever had it to where you've gotten really angry, been really sad, been really stressed, then you just had to sleep immediately afterwards, or you just felt really tired afterwards? You just felt like you ran a mile. You're going through a moment in your life where it's so stressful that the only thing you can do at the moment is just sleep nonstop. It's for this reason. Now, if you guys want to be working a lot of hours, the first thing to do is get rid of all these emotions, especially if you're trying to be happy and have a lot of happiness in the thing you're doing. The stress is actually ultimately, it's a good initial spur if you guys want to be working a lot of hours. If you guys are sitting on the couch and you don't find like passion in anything, it's a good initial spur to get you off the couch. But if you guys want to continue to work and continue to, like, for years, decades, keep going, you have to find the pleasure and the happiness in it. You can't just keep pushing yourself with these negative emotions. So first things first, get rid of these negative emotions. Now, how do you do this? I'm gonna go to a Tony Robbins quote. Focus is the water that wears the stone. If you're noticing that you're having the negative emotions and you know they're bad, eventually over a period of time, you're gonna erode them. You just have to keep putting your focus on them and noticing when they come up, and instead replacing them with better thoughts and emotions. Something that I do to do this is a really common one. Put a rubber band on your wrist. Every time you think a negative thought, change it over. Me personally, I'll actually write something on my arm oftentimes if it's something I'm working on, or I'll audit my day at the end of the day. The way you audit your day is you sit down at the end of the day, obviously, and you just go through your day. How was your general emotional stability? Were you really sad through part of it? Were you really stressed? Were you really happy? Now, why were you happy? You want to push that more. You're really stressed, okay? How could you have not been stressed? How could you flip the frame of whatever was happening? So instead of stressed, you would just become relaxed or calm, and maybe even better yet, happy with the situation. Such as, oh no, I'm going through a breakup. What happens when you go through a breakup? You're sad. How can you view it differently? Oh, now I'm single. Oh, now I can do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, now I'm leaving myself open for an even better option. This is how you should be viewing this. This way, instead of being stressed, angry, sad, now you're happy. This is what you should be doing with the rest of your life. Start flipping the frames, because there's a lot of frames in your head that people have given you as like how you should view the world, and a lot of them are very faulty when it comes to building success, which is why there's a very small percentage of people at the very top. Now, another way to do this is to promote gratitude. Look at your life and flip the life frame. Don't look at all the things you don't have. Instead, look at what you do have. Be really happy with it. This will help start lowering your stress levels and help you being more focused. Oftentimes, people have too many programs running in their head, and this will actually almost make you stupider. This is how you do it. You slowly remove these programs, and your brain is all of a sudden all the way forward. Do you know what the zone is? Do you know what state is? Do you know what's like when Kobe's going down the basketball court and he's dribbling that ball? Do you think he's thinking about his mortgage? Do you think he's thinking about maybe a breakup he's going through? Do you think he's worrying about what somebody said in the news tabloids? No, that entire moment, that entire focus is right there, because he has no extra programs. He's like genius level, because he just doesn't have all this extra shit running in his head. He's not like this. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot to pay the bill. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Which takes me to another point. Kill the things in your life that make you stressed. If you're not paying your bills on time, start paying them on time. If you're hanging out with girls that are draining you, that are negative themselves, and actually make that a part of them, or friends even. If you're hanging around these people, get the fuck rid of them. Because what they're doing is they're slowly eroding you and making these emotions part of you too, and they're teaching you that this is okay. As a human, you're sponge-like. You have to be able to surround yourself with good outside stimuli so that you become what you are around you. And if you're constantly surrounding yourself with positive stimuli, positive environments, instead, you'll start absorbing that. You'll start becoming a lot more positive and more energetic. Religion is very powerful. I personally am not religious. However, do I follow kind of a code of conduct or a way I think the world works? Yeah. Why? Because when you think that if you're following the process, if you think you're doing something that is beyond your control, that's something that there's a higher power that's, as long as you're following its path, that everything's gonna be okay? Yeah, of course. Why? Because you're not stressing about it. You're not worrying about death. You're not worrying about what could or can't happen. Instead, you're in the moment, you're in the present, and all your emotions, all your focus is right here. Instead of running those extra programs that religion gets rid of. If you believe in God, as a lot of extremely rich and wealthy people do, it helps rid you of a few programs, of a lot of different programs, like worrying about death, worrying about this, worrying about that. Instead, you're all right here in the present. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, you want to make everything you do fun, all right? You hate, maybe you work at Starbucks, you hate working at Starbucks. Make it fun for yourself. How can you make it fun? Brainstorm, sit down. What are the thoughts that generally go through your head that are not helping, that maybe may slow you down? Maybe you have little programs in your head. You're like, oh, I don't want to fucking do that. Oh, I don't want to talk to this guy. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like, what are the programs that are stopping from doing this? I remember that back in the day when somebody would hold the door open for me, I'd feel the need to start running or like walking a little faster, or if I'm crossing the street and I'm holding some guy up, and I'd be like, oh, fuck you, man. I can't believe you made me run, or oh, fuck, I can't believe you made me hold the door open. But those things, ultimately, those were in my control of how to feel. Did I have to feel rushed? No. The guy's literally giving me my time to do what I need to do. Take your time if you want to. Or better yet, be like, oh, I'm gonna be a nice, great person. I'm a good person. You run across the street or you speed up instead of like attacking the person in your head over this. Maybe when you're driving up the street, it's taking a little bit longer to get to work. Instead of stressing out, maybe be like, okay, cool. Well, there's nothing I can do about this now. I guess I'll fix it tomorrow. Can I control my emotions? No. Can I control the time at this point? No. So what can I do? Instead, maybe I'll play an audible, something that'll make me like a lot more intellectual. So now I'm using this time as a good thing. I'm relaxed till I get there, so I'm in a good mood once I show up. Slowly reframing things to where everything you do for work is fun. What will start happening is, because it's fun, the same way that when you play a video game, the video game is a lot of fun, you just play more and more and more. Now you want to work more and more and more because you brainwash yourself into loving the work, no matter what it is. If it's filling out files, if it's doing this, even if culturally everybody else thinks it's work, you tell yourself it's not work. You reframe it as you get to do this. This is something you're blessed to do. This is something that's fun to do. And you're gonna find the fun in it, and slowly you're gonna brainwash yourself into doing this. And you know what happens when you do this? You can work infinitely. Not just infinitely, you love working infinitely. It's not a chore. It's not something that you feel like you're trudging through hell, like to get to that end goal. Instead, you're skipping, you're having fun. The entire process of you getting there is just fun. In the moment, in that present moment, you were having so much fucking fun that by the time you get there, you're like, oh, cool, well, that was a great journey. You're looking back at it, it was awesome. I suppose when you get to that final goal, look back and you're like, man, that was a fuck ton of work. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'd do that twice. Which one do you want as an end goal? Do you want it to where you reach that end and you're really happy about everything you did in the past? Or do you want to get there and be really just fucking, fuck, that was a lot of fucking work, and just feel really negative about the whole situation? There's an old Greek philosopher who had this as a thought, and this is the way that he viewed life. I honestly can't remember his name at the moment, but your life is literally a river. Your life is a river, and it's constantly flowing forward no matter what the fuck you do, all right? And you don't know when it's gonna end. You don't know when this journey on this river is gonna end. But you know what people think about on their deathbed? They think about the overall emotional connotation of the entire journey, of the entire river. In that river was happy, positive, negative, happy, positive, negative. You're gonna look at the entire fucking river and be like, okay, well, my general feeling is that I had a good life. Maybe you spent every moment of your working days, you're working. Maybe some of you guys are trying to go through the day-to-day jobs, 9-to-5s to retire one day. You're like, hate my life, hate my life, hate my life. I just want to wait till the weekend, till the weekend, till the weekend, till the weekend. The majority of your life is going to look very sad, and you're going to be really depressed about how the way you lived it. No matter what happens to you, you decide about how to feel about the current moment. You can either love the process or you can hate it. It's up to you. And with that being said, peace out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Or don't. We don't give a fuck. No, Danton, I am not apologizing. If they don't subscribe, they can suck our dick.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess. Cause I've been living wrong, I know I've been blessed. I had 1,000 chances, how many left? I've been sinning lately, what do you suggest? What should I do? I want 999 more Hail Marys right now. I want 999